So if that's the case, then the question is, how will people know how to?
I sent a message on the previous one before you closed it that you're trying to restart another session. So
Okay,
you're online now. I can see you now.
okay. So I am not sure about the others. Should I just go on with the class, you think, or?
Yeah, I think we can wait for a couple minutes and go on with the class because they can watch it later. I mean, I tried to inform them, but there's really no way of knowing. I mean, that session ended.
Yeah,
So,
that session ended.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I was planning to do some meditation, so I
Okay.
don't think that would be appropriate given that it is not being done online. Um,
Yeah.
so I think what we should do is just wrap it up and just not
I think
continue.
people are, Guruji, I think people are coming over. I see Greg, I must say at least 5 people are watching. If you can give a few more minutes, I think
All
people
right,
are,
sure, sure,
pretty much, yeah,
sure,
yeah.
sure.
I think
Okay,
they're coming over.
okay,
Because I was able to post a message saying that you are trying to restart it. I
okay,
think people are
okay.
looking.
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
So I understand that Chandra helped me restart the class on another broadcasting channel, and so I understand that he sent a message, and then some of you are actually transitioning over. So it's somewhat of an uncertainty. Um, I think what I will do is to not start the meditation today because that requires an online certainty that you are there and so on. So we will probably postpone it until next week, but let me continue on with the introduction to it as I was already doing, and I will continue on with it. So hopefully you'll get something out of it, and then not complete the class as originally intended. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, this is a problem that is something new, and we'll have to research in it. I don't think it has anything to do with Wi-Fi. It has to do with disk capacity, or maybe it does have something to do with Wi-Fi. I'm not sure. So we'll have to look into that. So anyway, what I was concluding, I think, is the process, if you can call it a process, where the knowledge becomes beneficial to you. Because this is a normal complaint that we all get, is that, it sounds good, but I'm still the same person. So if you have that feeling or that attitude, you're not alone. This is exactly what we have to go through. We all have to go through this where the absorption has not yet taken place. Just like the food has not been, you've just barely eaten and it hasn't permeated to the body, it has started. So if you just eat slowly and maintain your health, you'll be okay. This is what it is. So in that sense, the your process of understanding and of absorbing is now being described in these verses. So I think this verse number 22 is also very important, along with verse number 21, which we have skipped, is simply explains the 20 as with an example. He says that just like you have air, fire, other things that all change, but there is this fundamental unchanging element to it. It only gives an example. Then in number 22, the method of absorbing the knowledge of verse number 20 is now being started. It is now being started. It is being given out. So what it says is that at the moment in our life, up to now in our life, our behavior and our experiences and the way we conclude things are all based on externality. Everything is very external to me. I am deeply involved with all the things that I am experiencing, good or bad. And nothing makes me, other than some minor adjustments in my life, nothing makes me make a drastic difference from the way I'm operating in my life. I make some changes, as we always do. We keep on improving things and so on. But I'm still pretty much the same person and growing older by the day. Okay, so this is our situation. And so what is said is that you need to now start to give more attention to your unchanging nature rather than your changing nature. This is what we need to do. So that's what it says. Upeksha nama rupe dve Satchidananda tatpara. So Satchidananda is the same as Asti Bhati Priyam. Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Everything has these three aspects. Three aspects that I am aware, and I am okay. These are the three factors, which is common to all of us, every living being. Now, living beings outside of human beings cannot understand it because their minds are not developed enough in the nature to be able to understand this subtle fact. But the human beings are a remarkable creation. It's a very important creation. I mean, if you look at, I don't know the exact numbers, but if you look at the biodiversity in the world of the different types of species that exist, human species will be an extremely small portion of that. I'm just going to give you a guess. Maybe 0.001%. Maybe somebody can research this. It's a very small number. It's an amazing number of species. So the human being now is a very special person because we have been given the ability to put our minds on the understanding of who we really are. Because like other animals who are externally oriented, I'm also externally oriented. The animals also want food, I want food. They want security, I want food. I want security. They also procreate, I also procreate. So that part is all similar. But there's something much more than that that the human beings have. And this is it. We have the ability to inquire and to answer what's going on. And if we do this with the help of an intelligent inquiry, amazing things can happen. And so what we need to do is to put our minds, this is the absorption of the knowledge. So he says, Upeksha nama rupe dve. Yes, you are used to, you need to have food. I understand that. I know you need to have some pleasure. I know you need to have security. So this is what is called artha kama dharma. But moksha is your goal. And that goal means Satchidananda Tatparaha. You need to now focus. Well, I don't know what to focus on. Okay, let me tell you what you need to focus on. Yeah, but it's not working. Be patient, it will work. But let's start. Let's start with that. Samadhim sarvada kuryat hridaye va athava bahihi. So now the elements of the method of gaining the absorption is being given. Start of that method is being given, and it says, instead of focusing on the changes, put your mind to look at the non-changing, and you do it in two ways, internal and external. Samadhim sarvada kuryat. You'll keep on, get into the habit of meditating on this in one of two manners, either internal or external. Okay, so that was number 22, which we did last week. Then the meditation is now further segmented and described. He says, Samadhi dvividaha asti. So he says, okay, first of all, there is inside and outside. Now, if you look at inside, that has two different methods. One is savikalpaha, the other one is nirvikalpaha. Then, in the second line of verse number 23, he says that the savikalpaha is further subdivided into two, drishya anuvedena, shabda anuvedena. Either with a form that you see or the meaning of words that you hear. These are the two segmentations of savikalpa. So let's look into all of this, and perhaps I think this is what we will stop at. What time do we have? We'll have to, stop at that point. I also have to go someplace at 11:30. I have in fact, I'm going for a COVID test because I have a normal doctor's appointment on Tuesday, and so they asked me to do the COVID test 3 days prior to that, and I have to be there at 11:30. So I think I think it is better to terminate this class at this point because this is an important point for us to transition from talking about meditation to actually doing meditation. So in the next class, November 7th, we will actually spend very little time talking about meditation and spend much more time doing meditation. So my apologies for all this interruptions. We'll try to figure out what is happening. So with that, let me close the class and leave the description of savikalpa, nirvikalpa, drishya, and shabda anuvedena for next time. Okay? All right. ॐ असतो मा सत्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।